UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen versus Nurmagomedov. Here's my predictions.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
All right, to start off, I'll give this card a solid 8.5, maybe a 9. On paper, this is a really fun card out in the desert. The UFC did a thing. Some prelims I'm looking forward to is the Shamil Gaziev fight versus Dontel Mays. Also got Alonzo Minifield fighting, and you got Sajurkic Dumas opening up the card. So should be a pretty entertaining undercard prelims in my opinion. So here's my official prelim predictions right here, right there. Go ahead and pause if you want to see those. Yeah, with that being done, let's go ahead and get into these main card predictions. Kicking off the main card, we have Joel Alvarez taking on Elvis Brenner. Elvis Brenner is coming into this fight off of a loss to Mayatek Orabai, while Alvarez is coming into this fight after a Darce choke over Mark Dikesi. Elvis Brenner, he can take a beating. He could take a beating and keep on going forward, but I feel like Joel Alvarez is able to keep the beating going and get people out of there with his hands and feet, however he chooses to do it. So I'm not really too invested in either one of their careers, but from what I've seen and from what I think was going to happen, I'm taking Joel Alvarez by TKO knockout in the second round. Next up, we have a strawweight fight between Mackenzie Dern and Lupi Godinez. Fun fight, real fun fight. Mackenzie Dern is coming into this fight on a 2-fight skid though, even though she did look pretty good against Amanda Lemos in her last fight. I feel like if Dern abandons trying to strike with Lupi in this fight, like at all. Now I know the fight starts standing on the feet, but if she's able to throw a couple of wild shots and get her in the clinch and get her down to the ground, I feel like she'll be perfect. Perfect. I think Mackenzie Dern should be able to win this fight by submission. I just don't know if the game plan calls for her to try to strike with Lupi at first. The faster this fight gets on the ground, the better for Dern. And I am taking Dern by second round submission. The next fight we have on the list, we have a fan favorite, Tony Ferguson, moving up to 170 pounds, taking on Michael Chiesa, who is on a 3-fight losing skid, while Tony is riding a 7-fight losing skid. Everything in me says pick Chiesa. Pick Chiesa. It's the smart choice. It's the choice to make. It's what you should do. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I know Tony's plus 340, 350, whatever it is. Something crazy like that. Tony Ferguson won the Ultimate Fighter at 170 pounds. He said he feel like a new man. I know he's been saying that the last couple of times he's fought, but eventually it has to happen, right? Eventually he has to snap the streak. Hopefully it's this fight. I don't feel like Michael Chiesa can knock him out. Hopefully Tony can stay on his feet long enough to try to cut him up a little bit with some elbows or something like that. I don't know. I want Tony to win so bad. So I'm going to put Tony Ferguson on my official predictions. Tony Ferguson by KO, TKO, or decision. One of the fights I am most interested in watching today is former champ Deiveson Figueiredo going against Mr. Marlon Chito Vera, coming off his title loss against Sean O'Malley. Deiveson Figueiredo is coming off of subbing Cody Garbrandt in the second round, I want to say, UFC 300, and he looked phenomenal. He's on a 2-fight win streak ever since moving up from flyweight, and I feel like he's been looking phenomenal. Chito Vera, let's see where he at. Let's see if he can get back into a title picture. I don't think him and Sean O'Malley will ever fight again. I mean, it was pretty bad in my opinion. Unless Chito Vera comes out here and starches, absolutely starches Deiveson Figueiredo. I don't see him doing that, but I am taking Mr. Deiveson Figueiredo by submission in the third round. In the co-main event of the night, we have Sarah the Bullet Magomedov versus Michael Olecheks. I probably said his name wrong, but that's okay. I feel like this is going to be the toughest fight for Sarah Bullet. I feel like Michael Olecheks his last performance against Kevin Holland. A lot of people just see a first round submission. How they got to the ground, Olechek dropped him. So I feel like Olechek will be comparable to Sarah on the feet. I feel like it'll be a good back and forth, but I am taking Sarah Bullock to win this fight, probably by a second round or a third round knockout. But I do feel like Sarah Bullock gets touched this fight. I feel like we get to see him rocked a little bit in my opinion, but I still think Sarah Bullock gets it done over in Saudi Arabia. I am taking him by second or third round knockout. In the main event of the night, we have a rare #1 contenders fight. We have Corey Sandhagen taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar Nurmagomedov is undefeated right now, and he is set to have Khabib Nurmagomedov in his corner. That is a huge feather in his cap. Coach Khabib Nurmagomedov has been on a tear. He just did the game plan for Belal Muhammad, and we've seen how that went. Belal Muhammad ran through Leon Edwards. But Corey Sandhagen has been one of the best 135-pound fighters on the planet. Ever since he's been in the UFC, he's lost to nothing but former champions. Aljamain Sterling, Peter Yan. A split decision loss to TJ Dillashaw, which some people think is the greatest 135-pounder ever. So, what I'm saying is, I'm taking Corey Sandhagen. Taking Corey Sandhagen probably by fourth round TKO knockout or decision. I think Corey Sandhagen has the tools to get it done, and I feel like he earns his title shot in Abu Dhabi and stuns them over there. What do you guys think about today's fights? Let me know. I think it's a pretty good card. Hopefully the fights deliver as they look good on paper. Who do you got? Let me know your locks. Like always, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. Peace.